Right, so now I want to talk about my fast scaling method. Now, what this really is I start off hard and fast. I've got a product that I think is probably going to really work, and I just hit it hard and fast from the start, and it gives me more time to basically upscale fast because I'm not really taking the slow process here. I am just hitting it hard. So this is going to be a short video because there's not much to it. I basically take my interests, or combos as I call them, I do a lot of flex targeting, and I might have 1 ad, 2 ad, 3 ads, depending on how many interests I have stacked up. But the thing is, I will jump on this straight with the purchase pixel. I will start throwing about 15 to 20 bucks a day at it on website conversion. I'll let it run for 2 or 4 days, and then I'll use the data and I'll go on to step 2, which we'll show soon. But the thing is, the more money you put into Facebook adverts at the start, the faster, I should say, it's going to actually optimize, because it gives more data to Facebook faster. That's really, like, if you have an advert sitting on $5, and I'm going to talk about that method next, but if we have an advert sitting on $5 for 4 or 5 days, it takes a while to optimize because Facebook doesn't have much money to work with. It really is a slow process, but it still works fine. But what I do, if I want to scale up faster in the long run, faster in like within a week, I'm just going to hit it hard with $15 days, $20 days, maybe even 10, but I want to get more than that. And I'm going to let it run, and I'm going to collect the data, and I'm going to go to step 2. And the reason I put it on Purchase Pixel, because I'm expecting to get over 15 purchases per week on this, so then I can simply don't have to change anything when it comes to that. I can just smash out, go to scaling, and I'm done. So this is really what I do for my fast advertising. Okay, it's just hard and fast. Like, that's really all it is, and I don't really recommend doing this until you have a lot more Facebook experience, because there is a lot of times where I do lose money doing this from failed adverts, or I haven't done my targeting right, stuff like that. But there's a lot of times it does work, and I'm always in the positive in the long run, because I scale up and make all my money back from the lost advert revenue from the failed ones. So anyway, I collect the data, I go to step 2, and then what I do, there's only 2 steps in this. I get the data, and what I do is if I get no sales, if I've let it run for 2 days and I've spent $30, $40, and I've got no sales, I'm just going to kill it, right? Straight away kill it. I don't care about that anymore. If I get multiple sales, I'm going to do a breakdown, and it's the same with both adverts. Let's say I had 3 running, for example. You might have 2 running or 1. If I get multiple sales, I'm going to do a breakdown, and I'm going to start scaling. So I'm going to start doing my retargeting campaigns, which I talk about in the 100K blueprint. I'm going to start increasing budgets. I'm going to start targeting different interests. I'm going to start targeting different ages, and we're going to start doing different ad copies. But I'm doing all this at the point of day 4 or day 3 even, right? Day 3 or 4. When back in the other method I showed you, I'm doing that stuff after I'm starting to do that stuff really well like I said, a week later, I'm starting to do that stuff. But this one, I'm doing it within, 4 days. Oh, sorry, is this the right one? Yeah, so 4 days, and I've cut down 1 or 2 days because I haven't done the PPE and stuff like that. So that's why I do this, and then I just jump straight into breakdowns, and I scale and scale. Now, most people really, most of the gurus do this. They just do the $5 budgets, or they might do more. A lot of them don't like to do PPE first, and that's absolutely fine, right? My first method, the PPE first, is just something I like to do. It's not something everyone likes to do. It's not something you have to do. You can simply jump into the $5 method, which we'll talk about next, or you can simply jump into this hardcore method if you've basically got the balls to do it and the money to lose, because this is more of a hard and fast, like I said, way to do things. So I just want to run through this method as well. It's really, you're gonna start to figure out your own methods when you start doing Facebook. So yeah, this is method 2. Just go straight to website conversion, 15, 20 bucks a day. I'm going to let it run on Purchase Pixel, and then I'm going to look at the data, start analyzing, see which ones to cut and kill, see which ones to do breakdowns on, scale up, mess with the ages, mess with the interest, mess with the ad copy, increase the budgets, and start doing retargeting. I actually was supposed to put retargeting on this as well, so I start to do retargeting at this point as well on the first method for the 100K blueprint, which we'll talk about in the retargeting section of the module, but I just want to go through these methods so you get an idea of what I'm doing and what you can do and what you can follow with your Facebook adverts. But this one's a very, very quick one because it's only 2 slides and it's very basic. It's what you see is what you get here. Exactly what I'm doing. I'm just hitting it hard, getting the data as fast as I can, upscaling as fast as I can if I have winners. Okay, I'm not always going to have winners, but if I have winners, I'm going to upscale fast. I'm just going to boom, 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 hit it. And that's how I'm going to start to get to the 100K, to the 30K a month, whatever you want to get to. This is how you're really going to have to do it. You're going to have to start spending lots of money on your upscaling to get those big returns. So that's it for method number 2. I'm actually going to move. I'm going to do 3 methods. I'm going to do this one, the PPE, this one, and I'm going to also show you the $5 a day method, which pretty much everyone talks about. So we'll jump into that one next.